In previous videos, I talked about how to best execute the swim as well as the bike portion of triathlon. So today I want to talk about a few tips how you can best execute the run part of your event. So when it comes to execution of the run, a lot of that is going to be determined on how well you execute the bike, how well you hydrate, how well you fuel on the bike, as well as your pacing plan, because that's going to determine how fueled and how your legs feel going into the run. So proper run execution starts with the bike, and proper execution starts with training, making sure you race it like you train it, as I like to say, especially with the run. Practicing doing brick workouts, doing proper brick workouts based on the distance of your event, doing brick workouts based on your race pace, effort, or intensity. Whether you're going to follow heart rate, power, rate of perceived effort, or pace, you want to make sure you execute that in training and race it like you trained it. So when you get off the bike, it's important to just kind of allow your legs to ease into it, as I like to say. There's no need to bolt out of the run, out of T2 into the run, unless you're doing a sprint distance triathlon and you have experience and you're one of those elites. Really just allow yourself to catch your breath, ease into it, grab some water, grab some Gatorade, grab some extra aid as you exit onto the run, and know that it may take you a few minutes or a few miles to get into that pace or that feeling that you're hoping to get on race day. And also know it might not happen. You know, triathlon's a long event, even if you're doing your first sprint, it's a long event. So anything is possible and anything can happen. Just take it all in, use it as a learning experience so you can make the necessary changes and implement those changes for your next race. One thing you want to do is wear your bib number in front of your body as you cross the finish line. There's not going to be any penalty or disqualification if you don't, but that's just nice so the camera can see your bib number, you can get your proper race photos, as well as the timer, backup timer can write your bib number down according to the time that they have for your bib number. Make sure you don't accept any aid while out on the run course, and make sure you do thank a volunteer. That gives you, when you're thanking volunteers, then you start to feel this appreciation, attitude of gratitude. Make sure you smile, especially during the most painful moments. Make sure you smile, because that just changes everything. If you can just have that smile on your face, people are out there cheering for you, they're taking pictures, and the last thing you want is all these pictures with that frown on your face and not appreciating and having that attitude of gratitude. If you're using the metrics like heart rate or pace or RPE, understand that how well you're fueled, hydrated, as well as the calories that you consume, as well as the weather, if it's super hot or super cold, that's going to impact that heart rate, pace, and that RPE feeling. So I'm a fan of really just going on the run, using the metrics to gather data for feedback, but 100% running by feel and not letting a high heart rate due to myself being a little dehydrated or because it's extremely hot. I don't want that higher heart rate to dictate how I feel. So definitely rate of perceived effort is the way to go when you get on the run. I also like to plan walking breaks on the run portion, especially in like a 70.3 or 140.6, where I only allow myself to walk the aid stations and I don't allow myself to walk between aid stations. It's just something mental and it helps me get from mile to mile. And then when I preset myself and allow myself to know I get to walk the next aid station, it really makes everything better, especially if I'm really tired and my attitude may start to have a shift. When I get that walking break, it just seems like it fills you up with energy, and more often than not, then you're able to run a little bit faster at the same effort with those walking breaks. If you're going to plan to walk the run part of the triathlon, make sure you train that way if you know ahead of time, because walking muscles are a little bit different than running muscles, especially like the hips, the hip flexors. So you want to make sure to have the best possible experience. If you know you're going to walk, make sure you incorporate some walk breaks into your training. And most importantly, have a very positive mindset and attitude. Don't have many expectations, especially if it's your first one. The only expectation you should have is to learn adapt, implement, and enjoy the next experience. I'd love to hear about any running catastrophes or positive moments during the run portion of the triathlon. We all have great stories to share. Join our T2 Endurance Facebook group and share in the chatter or comment below, and make it a great day.